This is the Frontier Doubles League, a league unlike the typical threes leagues. We are a North American 2v2 Rocket League competitive league that has a scene for players of all ranks. So, what makes us different besides the fact that we're a 2v2 league instead of the typical 3v3? Well, we offer flexible scheduling, most matches are streamed with live commentary, we're a smaller, more personable community that scrims often. We truly are the most friendly league out there. So, whether you're trying to improve your skills or just want to have some fun, you'll find a place here. To sign up today, visit fdl.gg.
Very good press ball here, but that's going to be a big move that's going to go into the net. Tater gets the
push this one into the corner. Can Soarz make this one work? I don't know if he can. He's going to fly. He's going to try. But is it going to matter as Milio goes all the way through? He's looking for the right hand corner.
Yeah, and it's
Long.
What a, oh my god. Oh my god, the pre-flip from Lotty freaking Lettuce.
Incoming message.
Frontier Doubles League. I am Chris with a K. Joined with me is KJ. And we are here to bring you Championship Sunday for Season 4 of the FDL. KJ, we've been waiting for this moment for a very long time now.
I mean, it's the culmination of 10 weeks of play, top teams getting here, some surprises, some not much of a surprise. This is about to be an absolute madhouse of a night.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you look at all of the teams that we have here, multiple past champions, you know, the two titans of Elite League for our first match to kick it off, it's going to be crazy. I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen tonight, just because I think any of these teams could have a great case to win. And this first one is probably going to be, I don't want to say the most lopsided, but the Huskies have kind of dominated the Colts in the season.
I mean, yeah, I'll agree with you there. But on the flip side of that, the Colts have taken games off of the Huskies. And the second meeting between these two teams, we discussed it yesterday, but the second meeting between these two teams, it went to 5. So this has all the makings of going all 7, 100%. There's just no doubt in my mind that this game here between the Elite Huskies and Colts could go all 7 games. And we could end up with a surprise winner because it's going to depend on if the Colts have figured out what the Huskies do and if they can take advantage of them.
And here's the other thing. Colts are the only team to take games off of the Huskies. Huskies are undefeated compared to everyone else's record, which is the most dominating team we have ever seen here. Even where we thought the Eagles in Elite League last season were dominating, Huskies, with Tater and Lotty, this has been a team that has been unstoppable. And the saying goes, third time is the charm, but with the way the Huskies have looked this entire season, you might need a 4th time too.
You know, you just never know. And you brought up a really good point, is that the Colts are the only team to actually take games off the Huskies. So this is going to be probably the most interesting and probably one of, if not the game of the night. It just has that it has that big feel, that big factor to it.
Absolutely. And you know what? Normally, this, you know, we're people always, you know, start with the match at the end. But we got all the matches on streams. Luckily, we got them all in a nice, orderly fashion so that we get all of the streams, all the matches here. And I think it's better to start off with such a banger like the Elite League, and then we keep going on, because I think people know what to expect coming out of Elite League, and it will set the tone for the rest of the night. After this, we've got Expert League, both number 1 seeds coming out of their conferences, both 8-2 teams, incredibly close. Then you got a Depth League after. You have Vipers with Rico and Styx looking to become the first team to become 2-time champions in multiple leagues, and Godly, who has been a champion in his own right. Then you got, is it Origin Monkeys? Yeah, Origin Monkeys, the very first Monkeys franchise team to actually win a playoff round, and I will brag about that till the day I die, versus the Dragons, who a lot of people have had issues with, but still one of the most dominating teams we've seen in Origin. And last but certainly not least, Star League with the Hydras and the Owls, the old guard versus the new blood, Shade and Sifri versus Magic and Laggy Puppy. All of these matches are going to be incredible tonight. What is your highlight match of the night, other than the Elite League one, which we all know will live up to its expectations?
Other than Elite, I think the Hydras and you said the Hydras and the Owls. I think that's going to be the other match definitely to watch. Because Shade and Sifri, the way they played together and the way that they bounce off each other so well, it's just absolutely incredible to see. But we've also seen Magic and Laggy Puppy, and they're no slouches to the game of Rocket League, and they have not been any sort of slouch this season. They have played absolutely incredible. So if there's any other game to watch for sure, it's going to be the Star League Championship. However, we could have what I like to call a little bit of a sprinkling of a surprise when it comes to that Origin League game, because that Monkeys team did something that a lot of people didn't think they were going to do, and that was take out the Seagulls, who, even though they were ranked number 3 on the bracket, they still had that winning chance, because they were the only team, or at least they were the only team that I had seen that put on a great performance against the Dragons. So I think it's going to be Star to be the next match to watch for sure, and that one comes up at the end of the night. So stick around for that one. But I think the other one could be that Origin League game.
Yeah, I mean, Origin League, when it always gets down to the finals, they're always so close too. I mean, when you look at past teams who have won, even Season 1, when we thought that Unicorns were going to completely run away with it, and the Vipers in Rico and Styx, who were there in the grand finals of Season 1, they started out hot, and a lot of people had them written out. But they still managed to get there and almost took it. Season 2, Huskies and Unicorns. Again, Unicorns dominated it and won it all. Season 3, what happened in Season 3, KJ?
Season 3, Rico and Styx proved why they have been playing together for so long. Mm-hmm. Because they came into that championship game heads high, confidence soaring, and they just absolutely wiped the floor in that championship series. Can they do it again this season? Yet to be seen.
I mean, if you want to argue if they can do it again, they're the number 3 seed. They've taken out the number 2 in Flight. They've taken out the number 3 in, or the number 1 in Terra. I mean, Vipers are, their stock is up, and it is going up until the end of tonight. This is where their stock peaks. After that, who knows what else will happen, but I think when we look at iconic duos in FDL, Styx and Rico, they are that Titan team in the lower leagues. You know, I always tell them, stay down there, because I don't want to face you guys when you guys catch up to me. I don't want to play them.
Absolutely, 100% I agree with you. All right, there's no competition, because with the way that those two play together and they play off each other, I've been in scrims with them, and the way that they bounce off each other, both defensively and offensively, it's incredible.
Oh man. And you know what? I think the one that a lot of people are overlooking. I know we're just saying what's the best match to watch, but then we keep bringing up these great points, and then you look at Coyotes and Hydras in Expert League. You know, Expert League, the first league to ever have all 16 teams in the league, incredibly close throughout the entire division. I mean, we had 8 playoff teams, and guess what's left standing? The 2 titans of those conferences. Number 1, Coyotes. Number 1, Hydras. 8-2 records. How much closer can it get to see the 2 best face off against each other? I mean, incredibly high, chance that the both number 1 seeds should make it, guaranteed. I mean, Dragons were number 1 in Origin. Monkeys were number 1. Monkeys were the only one in Origin in the Terra side. But it's still, that Coyotes, Hydras, it can get overlooked. But they both face some really great teams to make it to that point.
Here's the other thing that you're also, that we're definitely forgetting is that when it comes to Expert, no Terra team played against a flight team in the regular season. So that also plays into effect, especially when we're looking at Expert with the 2 top seeds in the Coyotes and the Hydras. I'm Yeti and Comus and Local and Kaysen. They haven't seen each other on the field yet. They may have watched streams, but just because you see something in, maybe week 2 doesn't mean that you see the same thing come week 14. It's all going to depend on whether they can have, 1, the communication skills to be able to back up their play, 2, make the plays that actually matter, and 3, convert those plays. If there's no conversion, one team is going to definitely have a seriously tough time.
And talking about tough times, let's get into the Elite League match. We're still waiting for the Colts to join. But when we're looking at what's happening, what is the player to watch out for? We've got 4 Titan players on the team. Who is the one that really stands out to you to be that pivotal person to change the pace in the series?
It's going to have to be Tater. If the Huskies want to get this series over quick, Tater's going to have to step up. He has in the past. If he does not step up in this one, Lotty's going to be on his own. Tater can play that defensive role. Yes, he can play the support. However, he's got to be involved in the play. If he's not getting involved, Soarz and Milio may be able to have a little bit of an easy time because they can just take out Lotty, and if they can get an extra bump on the Tater, that's an open net all day, and either Soarz or Milio have proven that they can score those open nets better than most of us because, open nets are the hardest things to score. I don't care what league you're in, and Chris, you cannot deny me that fact.
Oh no, the amount of pressure that's on an open net. I mean, you got you're in a field where it's just you and maybe the casters and stuff. But does it feel like a million people are watching you in that one moment? And if you miss it, no one's gonna let it go. It's some kind of pressure that happens, and you're right, they are the toughest things to hit, but they're also the most simplest things to hit because you just put it on target and it's in. But that pressure gets to you, and do we see pressure on the side of the Colts? They came in here expecting to be the best team, and granted, they definitely look like one of the top 2, but they have also been destroyed by the Huskies time and time again. So what's to say what happens next? Does that factor loom over them and really prevent them from performing, or do they come out here proving that they can beat them and that they will beat them?
What's funny is that when you watch like football and other sports, they go through some keys to the game. These are mine that I actually took the time to think about, and now I'm going to try to express them into words. For me, for Milio and Soarz, they're going to have to get early pressure. When they come out onto this field, they're going to have to come out and pressure early. Don't give Lotty too much space. You can't give Tater that opportunity to play that first man, because if he gets an extra touch or something and he comes right after you, chances are you're either one going to be bumped or two going to be dead. And you're going to have to wait, and you're going to stick your teammate in a 2v1 situation. So if the Colts come out firing on all cylinders and actually start putting on major pressure onto the Huskies, they have a really good chance. Conversely, on the other side of the field, you've got the Huskies, Lotty and Tater. Lotty has proved to be an absolute menace on the field. Whether it be in the air or on the ground, he is just an absolute beast. Tater playing that support role has really come into effect and has really helped carry this team to its undefeated season so far. That being said, the Huskies also have to come out firing on all cylinders. They have to keep in mind, okay, this is Milio and Soarz. We've taken them out twice. We can come into this one, think before we make our touches, and be sure to finish the touch as it comes. We have to be able to convert anything that we can get our hands on, because we know that Soarz and Milio are going to come into this one with hopefully a red hot rage, realizing that they've lost the first two matchups coming into Championship Sunday. They're facing the same team that they took the 5 games and ended up losing off of an unfortunate error. I don't know who to give this one to, though, because both of these teams have looked absolutely solid. The Huskies on paper should win this one, but the Colts can definitely take it and steal it from them.
And, you brought up a great point when you were talking about the Colts and getting them in the 1v2 plays. Isolating Lotty in the back. It's something that I know the Origin Dragons worked on a lot. And it shows how important twos is. It highlights all of the main things that twos, what you need to manage. With less players on the field, it becomes harder. You need to be faster. You need to be more calculated in your plays. And that just shows you can't throw yourself at the ball where that first man loves to play. So either of these teams get too aggressive and the other one is going to score is our expectation. We also said that, open nets are the hardest thing to hit.
Yeah.
So does that happen? We expect it to happen. And I think the defense from both of these teams is going to shine coming out of this game.
And that's exactly why I said that this game here has all the makings to go to 7. It really has all of those makings. Will it? Still yet to be seen, but I would not be surprised, Chris, if we are here for 7 games.
Well, I'm surprised we were here for 13 minutes, KJ. We did a great job of filling in for Soarz and Milio to get in. But it's Championship Sunday. It's Game 1 underway. It's Huskies versus Colts, a 3-peat in this series. And it's Lotty starting off with a demo. Soarz looking for that first opening goal and looking for that double touch. Doesn't quite get it. And Tater with a great 50 pushes it downfield. But Soarz, aggressive at the midfield line. Soarz takes another shot towards that. He'll find it on this attack.
Woo! What a shot there from Soarz. This is what I was talking about at the beginning. Lotty Lettuce put in a 2v1 situation. Milio's searching out for Tater, trying to make sure that they're in the 2v1 situation, and the Colts do convert on a great shot from Soarz.
Yeah, the Colts came out swinging in this one, and it could have been a quick goal to tie it up for the Huskies. Soarz just able to get back in time, and now Milio's got the entire space to work with. Tater pushes that one to the side. Lotty now trying to demo. He gets a touch on that one. Soarz and Milio double commit onto this ball. It's going to be dangerous for a little bit, but the Huskies they're playing from behind right now, and it's not really working out in their favor. You always want to go at the ball head on. Tater, little boost to work with, keeps it out for the first one. Lotty gets on the 50. But the Huskies do not have any chance on the ball. The Colts player is always on an infield passing play denied.
This is one of those moments that I was talking about, and it's going to work out for Soarz. Finding those 2v1s, man, there's a perfect example.
Milio cleans him up in the backfield. Soarz puts him away. Tater, not a chance in the world to save that one. And the Colts, they are starting off this series hot. Soarz coming out of a 6-man. We will have updates to see if he won it or not. Lotty is going to find an easy one right off the kickoff. And those are the simple mistakes that can win someone a series. I mean, kickoffs are the easiest thing to score off of because there is no set rotation.
But I wouldn't necessarily consider that a mistake so much as a great 50 from Lottie. Let us able to get a good 50 onto Soarz, and Milio is just an unfortunate not able to get back in time. But like we said, the Colts came out firing, and they're going to keep firing because the Huskies, I don't know if they're 100% on being behind.
Well, the Colts looks like they had one game plan going into this one, and it is to challenge the Huskies at every single chance they get. Because I don't think the Huskies have had any open space yet, which is very concerning going into the rest of this series, because that is one thing that you need in order to make the plays that we have seen the Huskies score. It is one of the things that many people give up, and that's why goals are scored. If any team is given space in this match, the other team is most likely going to score. And right here, you know, back the other way, 2v1, but Soarz with the demo takes Tater out. Lottie now trying to race back. Tater on the respawn, sends it all the way back into the Colts half. And we're going to keep going back and forth here for a little bit. An opportunity for the Huskies, turned away by Soarz.
Colts here, all you can go for the play, go for the demo, go for the shot. But Tater's going to be able to put this one in as he just absolutely destroys both Colts players. Never mind what I was going to say. Yeah, I can't talk in these games, man.
And you know what? That is exactly what the Colts really need to keep in mind. That counterattack. If you're sending everything at the ball every single time, you gotta be careful, because then the Huskies, they're gonna start realizing what's happening, and they're gonna start making their moves a little bit ahead of time. They're gonna start catching you off guard. Milio misses that flick. He had Lottie in a perfect opportunity and lets that opportunity go to waste. Now Tater looks for the bump, doesn't find it on Milio. Lottie just playing patiently enough time to get Tater back into a rotation, and Lottie does a great job at buying time, buying space for the Huskies to regroup. Miss. Milio, shot, denied by Tater. Counterattack. Soarz doesn't have any boost. Huskies miss it. Open nets are the hardest thing to hit, man. We said it. And it shows here. We're still tied up, even though it should have been a goal both ways.
This game should be either 3-2 for the Huskies or 3-2 for the Colts. That is so unfortunate, because that was a perfect opportunity for Lottie. Is Milio going to put that one on? You hate to see it. You really do.
I like to see it. This builds way more tension, and Lottie, he is that man. He is the smart second man you want on your team. Whether it's ranked or in a league, you want Lottie Lettuce, because he's so smart as that second man. Right there, that was not that smart, I gotta say.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I agree with that challenge. Tater was completely out of rotation. It was a very interesting challenge, to say the least. But the Colts did come out firing, and there is still 110 left to go. So a perfect chance the Huskies still have. But I don't know, the way the Colts have been pressuring this ball and pressuring the Huskies, the Huskies are in a tough spot.
Yeah, and Tater trying to find that demo. Lottie Lettuce, he's got the double touch set up, and both Colts players just sitting in the back line. Soarz makes an incredible save, predicting where Tater was going to shoot that one. But the Huskies, they still have the pressure, and Colts are running out of the boost to work with. Milio with another great save, but Tater still keeps up the pressure. Barely gets that touch to keep it out. The Colts making that last stand opportunity. Soarz will push that one all the way back down the field, and they only have to run the clock now to win game 1.
Yeah, and this is what the Colts need to do. They need to maintain getting the defensive touches, as that's a dangerous ball. Great touch again by Soarz. Soarz has been an absolute beast on the back wall so far. They just have to maintain for the last 10 seconds, and they'll take game 1.
And that challenge from Tater is going to cause some problems for the Colts. It allows Lotty to break through, and no touch there from Soarz. Milio gets the breakout now. Tater, it's up high. Lotty makes a touch. It's floating dangerously towards the net. Soarz just has to kill it, but he'll keep it up momentarily. Awkward for Lotty to handle with, but Tater makes it work. Huskies, they don't want to lose game 1 quite yet, but it's looking like the Colts really just won another goal, and they're not going to let it. Milio finally feels it. He said, that's enough, Soarz. We're going to just take game 1.
Yeah, and what a great game played by both of these teams. This is kind of what we thought was going to happen. Both of these teams playing absolutely exceptional Rocket League in game 1. I mean, well, besides a couple things here and there, this is kind of the way the scoring, I feel, is going to go. It was only a 1-goal game. I mean, these two teams are just about as evenly matched as any other team in FDL right now.
That's true. That's true.
So the 1-goal game does not really surprise me in this one.
No, if it goes, I think it should go back and forth. I don't think any of these teams are really going to run away with one, but, you know, it was just some bad mistakes on the side of the Huskies. There was just some bad decisions that they made. Lottie led us on that 3rd goal for the Colts to give them the go-ahead. And then the pressure from the Colts in the beginning was really where it started to, you know, break down. But, you know, if Tater and Lottie can consistently find these counterattack plays and really expose the rotations of the Colts getting too aggressive on the offense, Huskies can do some serious damage going into game 2.
Yeah, I 100% agree that if any team is going to have that moment, it's going to be right now, as Lottie Lettuce is going to slot that one in 3 seconds into game 2. The scoring just going the opposite of what game 1 did so far. Already, at least. Already is the word I'm looking for there.
Yeah, Soarz, I think he wanted the flip, but accidentally double jumped and caught the ball. Sends him into orbit, and Huskies not going to complain about that early start. Milio's got a flip reset in return, but Lottie has a great save, and Tater back down the other way. Colts caught too aggressive, give up a second.
Yeah, even the aggression by the Colts there, not a bad idea, but Tater with the perfect amount of patience to wait for that ball, and a great, I will say this, it was an incredible save by Lottie that was really able to get that counterattack started. So we'll have to see if the Colts can bring this one back.
Oh yeah, and another shot from Tater just goes top corner. Had to pull the in and out save to even get up to it. Milio with the flip reset dunk on the second one. Milio is, you know, we always talk about Soarz, I feel, but Milio is that second, you know, he's also that very smart second man. We got Tater and Soarz throwing themselves at the ball like nobody's business. And, okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I was kind of... Welcome to the Origin League, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Chris with a K getting himself caster cursed here.
It was Lottie and Soarz. It wasn't Lottie and Milio. I was going to say how great of a second man these boys are. It's Soarz and Tater being that first man, but, you know, things like that happen. Everyone expects the other team to touch the ball, so then no one touches the ball because you're trying to play for their touch, and then you get that as a result. So, yeah, Huskies able to capitalize on that. Oh, and Soarz finds that front post. Didn't even see this one coming.
All right, Soarz, we see you. We see you, just barely getting it past Tater. Tater puts a touch on that. I think that's another counterattack because Milio had no boost at all.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
what a great shot by Soarz.
Yeah, that didn't go in, and the Huskies was primed for a counterattack. And that one didn't even register on target at first, so I didn't even think it was going in. So congrats on them, but it's a 2v1 play back the other way. Lottie Lettuce so good, maneuvers out of all of the bumps the Colts can throw at them. And this game has felt way longer than it has been, but you know, both these teams are just kind of feeling each other out. The Colts came out swinging in game 1, and they've kind of lost that momentum going forward into game 2.
Yeah, and it's a really unfortunate thing to see. But there is always that chance that, you know, the Colts can, you know, bring this back, maintain a little bit, realize where the mistakes are, and fix them very quickly.
Oh. Soarz. The first game that I played against Soarz, because this is my league. This is the place where I reside in. Soarz he hits these incredible plays, and he's so close. He'll get this open net, you know, the hardest shot to hit in game, obviously. And it's a nice Colts counterattack.
Oh, Soarz, you just ended that man's whole career. Just a bump on Lotty to get him out of the way, and Soarz able to just easily bulldoze that ball down. 3-2, Chris. 2:56 left to go. This is the way the Huskies started this game. This is kind of a little bit of a surprise. Ooh.
Was that a surprise, KJ? Was Milio scoring a flip reset under one and over the other a surprise? Because man, he does it all.
No word. I have no words. I have no
Elite,
words.
KJ.
I'm shrunken down underneath. Like I'm about to go underneath my desk because the fake from Milio, first of all, and then to get the flip reset, it was just absolutely like. Can these guys teach me to do that? I want to learn.
Well, I think as they would say, just play free play.
Oh, but hey, tie game. This game definitely feels like it's gone on a lot longer than it actually had.
And, you know, before we even talked about it, I really wanted the perfect series where it's just 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, back and forth. That's my perfect game. A 1-0, 1-0, you know, back and forth all the way to 7 would also be very nice to see. But I think 3-2 is like an average game score for teams in Rocket League. And so, man, once Soarz starts connecting on these double touches, Colts might be able to run away with this. This is kind of unexpected coming out of Soarz, a player that we have a lot of mechanical expectations of.
I was gonna comment on that, but then Lottie Lettuce just decided to, you know, shoot at 68 miles per hour. Milio with no chance to be able to save that. But to your comment and to your point, Soarz really bringing out the mechanics in this game, which is exactly what he's going to have to do, and what Milio's going to have to do as well. If they want to be able to get past this, this is another. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. If he'd have scored that again, I probably would have just left. I would have said, "All right, cool. I don't know if my little heart can take this."
Well, I don't think the night is going to be short of highlight clips, if anyone was curious. But, oh my gosh, Milio. You do just shoot that from the sidewall, wouldn't you?
So those of us in a depth league, we have a word for that. And we can thank Mr. Southpaw for it. It's called crank. Because that ball was moving at 75 miles per hour. That is a fast as crap shot.
Oh, man. Well, the Colts are showing that they are able to battle back, something that the Huskies tried to do last game, but just fell short of it after an overcommit. So, Colts started the warm-up. Milio plays that one low. Great play by him, and they finally take the lead here in Game 2.
So, let's see. The Colts have scored 5 goals to the Huskies 1 within the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That really says something about this Colts team and what they are here to do.
What are they here to do, KJ?
They want this win. Because I think it has a little bit something to do with the fact that they got taken out twice, as Soarz going to put those mechanics on display. Oh my god, what is happening now?
The Colts are just, they're doing so much on the offense that they're constantly changing up what shots they go for. You know, right there, Soarz turns and shoots. We haven't seen that one before. Soarz, you know, when you expect Soarz on the ball, you expect some kind of mechanical play to come out of him. But no, he's just taking shots on net. Milio's making them work for him. And it's now the Colts running away with it after the Huskies. They started this one off hot, and what do they have to show for it now?
Oh my goodness, this is absolutely... I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. On paper, this is kind of a surprise. The way that Soarz and Milio are playing right now, this one is a little bit of a surprise.
Well...
At least for me, but okay.
Hardest shots to hit, KJ. Hardest shots to hit. He only scored that because one man got back into the net. And you know what? Tater, 9 times out of 10, would score those. So this might be, you said you pointed to Tater as that man to really change the momentum in this game. So is this kind of a telltale of Tater, you need to step it up, like these need to be goals the first time? Because you might not get a second chance as easy as that. And, you know, it could still be 4-7 now. And the Colts, you know, regarding some shenanigans happen here in the last 6 seconds, Colts are up 2-0. Is third time the charm, KJ?
Very could be, as that ball is going to hit the floor. That wraps up game 2, though. And it's, I gotta say, it's very shocking to me what the Colts came out and did in these first 2 games. They have the Huskies in a place where they're not used to. They're on their back foot. The Huskies have been so dominant this season. 30-3 in actual games. That in and of itself, that statistic there is just absolutely mind-blowing. But what the Colts are doing right now, the Huskies do not have an answer for. I mean, with the way Soarz and Milio have been playing, it has been absolutely clinical. The touches are clinical. The touches are clean. The Huskies just not able to answer back. So what I would like to see is some of those passing plays that we have seen the Huskies do in the past. Use that second man. Make use of the open space. They haven't really been doing that all that much. Of course, granted, the Colts haven't exactly given them much in the way of open space, but they need to be able to figure out where they can get the open space at.
Well, KJ, I'll tell you what I wouldn't like to see, and that would be a sweep, because Colts are riding all the momentum, and it's game 3, and if they win one more, we could be looking at our first reverse sweep in a best-of-7 in FDL. I don't think there's ever been a reverse sweep in a playoff match here. So, Huskies, you want to make it a little bit harder on yourself? Sure, give Colts the win, but I don't want to try to win 4 in a row with a Colts team looking this hot, and the pressure mounting off the kickoff as good as it has been for the Colts. Tater can't even get by. Soarz will bump him out of the way, and Lotty... flip reset. Soarz almost scored it in his own net. And
That's
Milio
gonna go in.
sends
Oh my
back.
God.
Yeah.
What a cut. He literally looked at both of them and said, I like your cut, G.
AJ,
I'm
right.
sorry. That's something that... You know, that's what I was talking about, the clinical. What a psionics roll.
Wow.
Chris, it's breaking down.
So, I said I didn't want to see a sweep. I would love to see a reverse sweep. But I would also like to see the Huskies. This is not the Huskies team that I know. You know? I've played against Tater for... what is it, 2 FDL seasons now, and this is not the Tater I know. I've played against Lotty for a very long time, and I know he kicks my butt. 9 times out of 10, that man will beat me. And this is not the Huskies team of Tater and Lotty that I've seen. These guys are better than this. I know they are. The fact is, what's going wrong with them? They seem off, and it may just be one of those things where it's just one of those days where you're not having the best time in Rocket League. And the Colts caught them, caught them on a good day. Colts they're looking good. And Soarz hasn't even started to hit his clips yet. So, Huskies, you have 3:30 to come back in this one, and let's see if you can.
If I can jump in on this one real quick, the Huskies were in this same position last season against the Eagles, and the Eagles ended up sweeping them. The big question is it the pressure that could be getting to them?
I don't think so. I know Tater and Lotty, they have been in some much higher pressure situations like that, and there we go. Tater with an incredible doink off the pass from Lotty. Beautifully executed, finally catches him off guard. And I think it is the Colts just, the aggression is overwhelming to the Huskies at first glance. So we could just be seeing that. Maybe start giving a little bit more respect to the Colts after seeing what they have done in the first 2 games in the first minute of this one. But Huskies, you're going to have to play a different style. The first 2 times, it worked, and it worked well. You got the win. The third time, might need a change.
Lottie being able to recover for that is actually very beneficial for the Huskies. Because I think if the Colts get themselves another goal, that just makes it even more difficult to be able to bring this one back.
Lottie Lettuce trying to stop the attack again of the Colts, but it Soarz with the space in the back in the Huskies half. They can't allow that space to keep mounting. And Lottie, 0 boost, pushing up, manages to get the demo. Soarz last man back. Lottie still low on boost, can't really push for anything. Tater, he'll take the midfield boost, but Milio was already on it, so not too much damage done there. Tater missed the first one, so it sets him up perfectly for the redirected. It just goes a little bit too wide. Huskies, 2 minutes to go, and they are finding some more pressure into the Colts half. But is it too little too late? Tater's looking for a demo. He'll find Milio after missing Soarz. And it's just 0 boost again for the Huskies. They need to keep that boost management good because things like this happen, and it's just goals going back the other way. I had to wait there. Milio scores these. He is the man to shine right now.
Yeah, and a great passing play. I know Soarz wanted that one to be on target, but a great passing play there. Milio being able to get that read. With the Colts up 3-1, I mean, 1:30 left. Dude, seriously, with what we've seen from the Huskies, do they have what it takes to bring this one back and either win it or send it into overtime?
This is Tater and Lottie Lettuce we're talking about, KJ.
But this isn't the same Tater and Lottie Lettuce that we've seen in the past.
Would you say they're imposters? Would you say this entire grand finals is sus, KJ?
Is it a Mugas moment? I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
Well, 1 minute to go, and if they don't want to have to pull off a reverse sweep, it's going to have to be now. And there's Tater clearing the entire backfield, but Lottie Lettuce is at the middle of the field. That is synergy that they're just not playing on the same page. I know Tater and Lottie, they click so well, and right now they're not clicking at all.
And you can definitely see it. That's almost a dunk shot. Really good opportunity for the Huskies. They have all this pressure, but it's if they can do anything with it. Oh! Hey, all right, here we go. 22 seconds left, Chris. What a great dunk here.
You could say that, but it's also like a double commit that easily could have, if that bounced a little bit higher, it goes all the way out towards midfield, and it's another open net for the Colts. So I want to say the Huskies got away with murder there, but whatever wins you games, take it at this point because you got 10 seconds to score one more to at least force overtime, and that's just it. Where's Soarz? Where did Soarz go?
This is so backward. He actually went for a bump on Tater and got blasted back himself, not able to recover for it. Milio not able to get back for that one either. There's still 6 seconds left, Chris, and the way that these two teams have been keeping the ball up in the air with 0 seconds left, oh no. Oh, man.
Well, Tater, what do you have in your bag of tricks? Oh, it's Milio and Soarz. That's not something you want in your bag of tricks, but if the Huskies can win this one... Oh, wait. Oh, my gosh. I have to respect Lotty protecting the shot from Milio, but, man, that was open net all day, and it's a kickoff goal to give the Huskies Game 3.
I am heated.
What did I say, KJ? What's the easiest goal to score in Rocket League? It's right off the
Yeah. Well, a kickoff goal maybe, but not an open net. But even still, that being said, I'm still heated, though. All that game, and it's 3 seconds into overtime, and it's over.
And that's a tilter, KJ. Does that get into the heads of the Colts? Because they controlled that entire game up until that last minute. And for something to go in like that to lose it, that's got to be in the back of your mind now. The Colts, that just happened. That actually just happened, and that's how they lost that game. Does this affect Soarz and Milio moving forward?
I think it has more an effect on Tater and Lottie, not on Soarz and Milio, because this is what Tater and Lottie needed. They needed to get, break that 0. They needed to break the ice. Now that they've broken the ice, they're going to come back in this next game, and they're just going to start firing away. They're going to try to get that mid control that they have not been able to have. But that's the thing, though, is that they have to get that mid boost control. If they can keep the mid boost control under control and keep the boost management to at least a decent level, I think they take this next one.
Well, they better hope so, because the Colts are still looking for that match point, and Huskies, if they take this one, we're all tied up, and then it's a best of 3 moment, which no one likes best of 3s. Those are disgusting games to play. But the Huskies, to bring it back after how, I don't want to say poor they started this series. Poor is not the right word. After how shaky they looked, they're looking a lot better now.
And this is one of those plays that I said was going to be the key. Tater being that second man, taking out Soarz, leaving and paving the way for Lottie to put a shot on. And sure enough, it works out. Huskies with a 1-0 lead.
Oh, and it's awkward for Lottie off the kickoff. He's got 0 boost to work with, and he's got Milio trying to do something, get it to Soarz in the midfield, and now it's Colts pressure off the kickoff. We know how dangerous kickoffs can be for both of these teams. Lottie makes it awkward for Soarz, allows Tater to push in for a follow-up. Tries to transition them out, but Soarz, he is turning on every chance he gets at this point, just to keep up the pressure that they controlled in game 1 and 2. Soarz looking for the double touch, just a little bit too far away from the second one. And it's a great recovery, too, to get back, because it was an open net for Lottie. And speaking of which, he's dead. So Soarz, flip reset opportunity, didn't actually get the reset. And Tater tries to break out through the lines, but Milio puts this one to the backboard, follows it up, has the reset. But Lottie has the touch to just put it away, but the Colts are not done yet. They are hitting everything that they... Oh my gosh! The pressure. The pressure that the Colts have bringing in this series, insurmountable to what the Huskies have shown.
What a delayed flick from Soarz. Get that past Lottie, and what a nasty angle to put that past Tater. I mean, this Colts team is doing something it didn't really do in the first 2 series. They're putting so much pressure onto the Huskies that the Huskies are, I don't want to say falling off, but they're having a hard time handling it.
It's a change of pace, and a lot of teams do that. In the middle of a series, you want to switch up how you play because it throws the other team off. And I think that the Huskies, it's been a little bit longer of an effect because the first time they played them, it was all mechanics for the Colts. And right now, it's all pressure. They are just trying to rotate aggressive to keep the Huskies trapped in their half, not give them any good lanes to break out. I mean, right there, what's Lottie going to do? He has 0 momentum, little boost to work with, and it's just Soarz pushing forward and then doing his thing. And then it's Soarz doing mechanics, allowing Milio to take a shot. They don't connect on this one, but it's rinse and repeat after that.
And that's one of the things. Lottie with no boost. I feel like we've said that a lot, is that he has had not much in the way of boost. And it's mainly because the Colts keep taking it from him. He has no opportunity, which means he has a hard time getting up in the air for it. And right there again, another boost steal. It's just the boost control that the Colts have put on is just absolutely insane.
And then, Soarz does a really good job at that. He buys so much time for Milio to come in and take the corner with his mechanical plays. He delays the ball so much that the Huskies just sit in net instead of moving, allowing Milio to come up, get the touch, and just keeping the defense stagnant. They do a very good job of setting up for a long-term offense where they just starve out their opponents, and it works. And right now, Huskies finally able to break out of that chokehold that the Colts are able to put on. And now, Demos tries to open up, but Soarz right there on the ball to clean it up and give them pressure still. And an unfortunate 50 goes back the other way, where Milio will have to send it again.
And the Colts have done a really good job with, buying time. If there's been a demo, they buy so much time. Both Milio and Soarz have been doing a really good job making sure that teammate is able to get either back into the play or is able to come back into the game and give them a chance to get some boost and find themselves in good opportunities. But this is a really good opportunity, and Soarz. How many times have we said this man's name in this series?
Not enough, KJ. Not enough, because Soarz missed a lot of double touches in the first games. Right now, he is controlling the ground, so do not let him have any space. And that goal might just give them the match point that they have been looking for since the last game, Game 3, obviously. But might be a disaster after how good the Huskies looked, and it's Milio on an open net.
That is a disaster for the Huskies. Oh my goodness! If you're the Huskies right now, you got to think, what can we do? We have to take care of Soarz. He has been a thorn in their side this whole series. And even though the Huskies took last game, it's still what a great play by Tater. But even still, Soarz has been such a thorn in the Huskies' side. There's still 33 seconds left, so the Huskies still have a chance to bring this one back. But I don't know. They have to remove Soarz from the play.
It's an incredible play by Tater, because Soarz was coming in to save that, and without that second touch, that one definitely wouldn't have went in. So Tater, can we see some last-minute magic from the Huskies again? Well, if Soarz is going to try to keep going for these, Tater's pushing up, but it's not a great shot. Tater launched those balls towards the net. They're going to go in. Lottie tries to get it around Soarz, but just barely getting in. This is a perfect setup for the Huskies. Off the back wall, Soarz needs a touch. Tater has the shot, but it's just too weak. And Colts, they're on match point for 3 games now.
Okay. So we gotta. Okay, Chris, do me a favor.
No.
Okay, I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Let's take a second and look at this. The Colts, 9 shots. The Huskies, 7 shots. So both teams shooting with each other. Each team had just about the same amount of pressure, even though it looked like the Colts had more time in the Huskies half, which may have been. The Huskies were able to make the Colts do something with the ball. Whether the ball was down on the Colts half and the Colts were able to had to bring it back up, or the Huskies were on the offensive pressure. The Huskies played that game about as well as you could expect. for being down in the game 3-1. Tater and Lottie able to get last minute pressure just wasn't enough. Hopefully they're able to get that together, but they have to. I'm telling you, they have to remove Soarz from the play. Got to pull that thorn out of your side.
Yeah, Soarz is definitely the man to take out of the play. I know, if you pull out Soarz, you still got Milio behind him. And that is another problem you want to deal with another day. Little steps that the Huskies need to take, because they need to win 3 in a row to stay alive in this. And these have all been 1 or 2 goal games the entire series. So a 4-1 doesn't really highlight how close this is, even if Colts win this one. If Tater starts sending missiles onto net, I think that the Huskies will have a better time, because Tater has not been shooting the ball with as much power as I have seen. He needs to find out what angle to hit the ball at so that it's just a little bit faster than his previous attempts, because it has not looked pretty when he has been shooting. They have what has worked is the mechanical, thought-out plays. But it's Milio. Looks for the boost, looks for the demo, and lets Soarz push up. This time, it doesn't work, and it's Lottie Lettuce with an incredible redirect.
A redirect, it was an own goal.
Yeah, potato.
I mean, it probably still would have barred down, but at the same time, great counterplay by the Huskies. I do want to point out, when Milio boomed that ball up to Soarz, had it not hit the ceiling, I think Soarz would have had the beat, and we'd be looking at a different opening minute and 10 seconds. But even still, the Huskies starting out very strong, which is exactly what they need to do.
Oh man, but it's Milio on the transition. Just 2 touches and it sends it all the way back towards the Huskies net and forces them to make the save. And it's Soarz. He's being a menace, driving around everywhere, just so that the Huskies players can't be there, or else they're gonna get demoed. That is the kind of rotation management that the Huskies just adapted, and Tater being the bully for the Colts. Oh my gosh. Tater takes out Milio twice, and all Lottie has to do is beat Soarz.
So, he thought Lottie was facing the right way. He was backwards for that shot. I mean, that in and of itself, to be able to get the beat on Soarz that way is a feat in and of itself. But even still, Huskies up 2-0. Can the Colts recover and maintain?
Well, it's definitely going to be a tough ask, but I think both of these teams have made great comebacks, so wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a 5-5 going into overtime. Would that stop my heart? Probably, but it would be entertaining as heck. It's the Huskies still halfway through the game. This one has gone relatively fast. Milio trying to start it for the Colts, but now Huskies holding the midfield line as best as they can. It's Milio searching for demos. Definitely something that has been working against both these teams. There's always that last man going for... they're always hunting that last man in net. No matter what side of the field they're on, someone is always trying to make it a 1v2. And I can only say this, when the Monkeys first played the Colts and took it to 5, Soarz said that the Monkeys play weird and demo me more, is what he said to me. So I think if the Huskies keep getting in the face of Soarz and demoing him, it will definitely cause some chaos. And Tater, you gotta hit those, man. It's just been too much. You have to hit those at this point.
That was a completely open net.
Goodbye.
Is that okay? You ready for this, Chris? This is gonna be the hot take. That is gonna be the easiest goal Milio scores in this entire series.
You're not wrong. It's very easy to play Rocket League without opponents.
It really is. But this is why I said Soarz is going to have to be taken completely out of the play, because he just came in and just was a... That's why I called him a thorn. It was not being disrespectful or anything, but the fact that Soarz almost gets himself another one.
He's taking one of the plays from me and Drew, just absolutely monkeying all over the other team. You love to see it. They have a minute to go to still tie it up. You know, don't give the Huskies. If you want to put them down now, because they're not going to give up. Tater, dude, man, Tater is not
You have
looking
to
good.
hit that.
You just have to. And Milio, with an incredible flick, follows it up from the crossbar. And this is only Tater's shooting accuracy in this game is why this is so close right now. It should have been 4-0 for the Huskies. Or at least 4-1. That demo play was pretty nice. But still,
Yeah.
Tater, he hits these shots 9 times out of 10. And Milio is bowling the entire Huskies lineup twice. Back-to-back plays, KJ. Milio cannot be stopped. You said remove Soarz from the play. You forgot about Milio.
Yeah, but the other thing is that Milio has really stepped it up this game. He's been like the quiet kid at the back of the classroom that, you know, yeah, people will talk to him, but not very many people are gonna really pay him too much mind. He's really started to come out in this game, and he's making himself known to everybody of like, hey, I'm still here. I can still do some of this incredible stuff as well. But Tater finally gonna find himself a goal.
I'm so glad he's able to get that one too, because Lotty Lettuce had another open net, and he missed it. Tater, of course, there's one person in net. Of course they can score it then, because why not? Rocket League becomes easier with a defender for some reason. There's just more on you to score, and now it's everyone colliding at midfield for the kickoff, and it's Lottie with the pick going in off the sidewall. Just when you thought the Colts were going to take it in a 3-2, no. It's off the kickoff, Lottie and Milio pinch it into the Colts net. 22 seconds. Can the Huskies hang on to this lead?
That's the big question that's going to be answered here in 22 seconds, because Soarz and Milio definitely have been able to prove that they can come back in these.
Well, they're definitely going to have to show what they have now, because Tater's giving them the most free net ever, but it's Lottie Lettuce to save it, and all he has to do is kill the ball. It's bounced up, and Soarz is ready for it. He beats one. Milio, shot on target, a little bit too slow. Soarz, that one's just going to float down. Huskies stay alive. It's 2-3. We're going to Game 6.
If you really think about this, the Colts didn't have to win this one. Like, they would have liked to have won this one, but they didn't absolutely have to. It's not like it's 3 games to 3 games. And hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to be foreshadowing there, but it's not at that stage of like, okay, we have to win this game. They could take a loss here. So if you're a Colts fan, don't worry, we still got another one. Maybe we have 2 more. Who knows at this point? But
I'll argue that, KJ. I'll argue that point, and I'm sorry to cut you off. But you don't, you have that 2-game leeway until you really have to. You have that, they had 3 match points. Now they're down to 2 match points. You want to finish the Huskies, you do it as soon as you can. Because if this goes to 7 with the Huskies riding a 3-game momentum, I don't think the Colts then have them, have all the guts that they showed in the first half of this series. I think if the Colts win this, it has to be in Game 6. Because if the Game 7 comes around, I don't know about that.
hey, like I said, this has all the makings of 7 games. And if it goes 7 games, it goes 7 games. But if Milio and Soarz have anything to say about it, they will end it in 6.
Let's hope they do. A dangerous kickoff already gives the Huskies some kind of pressure. It's Tater taking it to the sky, but it's not a great first touch. He'll let Milio touch it this time, and just to steal the boost to create some kind of ground in the Colts half. Lottie runs out it, but Milio also has none. Soarz will try to play it away. Milio tries to keep control of it, pushing out of his own half. Milio misses the boost, so Tater, being that second man, lets Lotty to push up, and now it's a double commit momentarily. Tater looks for the top right corner, just wide. Yeah, that shooting accuracy from Tater is definitely what's keeping the Colts in this one, because if Tater starts hitting the net, well, he's probably got about 6 more goals to his sheet.
Hey, as much as I hate to, agree, Tater's shooting has not been to the point that it's been all season.
I don't know why Tater decided to take that one up. That was free. Soarz was still on his way back. I don't know what Tater's doing. Oh, but I know what Milio's doing. He's scoring goals.
Gets over Lottie, gets bumped by Lottie, and still able to recover. This is the epitome of, high tier Rocket League. This is literally what we were hoping for that this game would bring.
Yeah, and Colts, is 1 goal the deciding factor? Is that it? Is it Milio with the double touch to put them away for good? Well, it could be Soarz being another, just constantly being the bully, the thorn in the Husky side, as you have said, and it's the freest net that Soarz will ever get in this series.
My goodness. This is, wow, what a pop from Milio. Soarz is able to get the finish. But, Chris, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go back to something that you said.
No.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway because you said about Tater's shooting accuracy, and you also questioned the fact that Tater went up for that ball instead of just go ahead and driving it in. Tater's decision-making has not been as on point as what we have seen in the past. So I don't know if maybe there's something else that might be affecting that, but hopefully Tater can kind of bring this back and find himself in a better position. But whenever there's touches like that from Milio, it's going to be kind of hard, and I think the Colts are looking to put the Huskies down.
Just when we thought the Huskies should try to eliminate Soarz, and they did. It was very effective in what they were doing. And then Milio started taking the first man spot.
Milio happened.
Everything changed when Milio attacked. That's what happened. It is a new problem, and they've only got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to fix it. Not enough time to really do it. Tater, do not tell me you missed another open net.
He did. That ball was not going in. That was going post and out.
Oh, Milio. Or not Milio, Tater. Oh, man. I don't know what's happening anymore. This is not... Milio...
Tater said it perfectly for us. Milio asking, is your shooting okay today? Tater saying no.
Well, at least he knows, and he's making the most of it. Lottie is there to clean it up this time. But, Tater, make the space for Lottie and have him clean up. It kind of worked. Oh, I thought he got the air dribble bomb. That's the plays that we need Tater to make happen. He needs to play the person. Don't even play the goal anymore. You're not hitting it. Milio's hitting it, but you're not hitting it. And Milio's got a 3-goal lead in the best opportunity to win this series.
I think if Tater's on point, this series is going differently. 100%. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to talk about the goal. I'm just going to say Tater has to start showing up now. And he will find himself another one. So the lead is in half, Chris. There's still 141 left.
Tater is now 1 for 27 open nets. It's somewhere. It's somewhere, KJ. We started from the bottom up, okay? This is a great start for Tater. 1:41 to go. It is a lot of time in the game of twos. In last season's... No, not last season. Season 2's final, we saw a comeback. Was that the final? That was the final. We saw a 3-goal comeback in about 30 seconds time. Incredible comeback. Huskies trying to do the same here. Milio, he can do it all. He MVP of the match. Milio, congratulations. You have absolutely exceeded all of our expectations. Just, can you hold it? You got a minute 16, a nice 3-goal lead. All you need to do is not get scored on. Easier said than done.
This is insanity. I mean, Milio has really stepped up in the last 2 games. I mean, it's incredible. It really is, and I don't want anybody thinking I'm just trying to sing the praises of one, but with what Milio has done, just it is nuts to me. There you go, Tater. Okay.
There was a guy in net, so of course that one was going in.
He's now 2 of 28, right?
Yeah, 2 and 28. Incredible, Tater. You know, every little percentage helps. 50 seconds. 2-goal lead. 3-goal lead. No, it's okay. You didn't go off of that one.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Chris.
Now hang on. Because Colts, this pressure, they're only playing the clock now. They don't even need to play for another goal, you know? Just don't do that, Soarz. I mean, roll it into their half, sure, it gives you plenty of time to work with. But don't let off of the ball at all. They did an incredible job doing that in the first few games, and they just need to keep doing it, and I think they have all the masterpiece. All of the stars have aligned for the Colts. Tater, that's a great first touch, but it's a little bit too far. Soarz, 10 seconds to go. They just have to kill it. That is an incredible touch to send it back the other way. Huskies, they need something now, and they can't. Tater turtles over, shows the belly to the beast, and the Colts. 3rd time is the charm. They win it in 6. And I said, if they were to win it, it needed to be now.
Chris, pause. I have to say, I feel really bad for Tater right now. Because this is the 2nd season he's made it to the finals, and the Huskies had a great season last season as well as in season 4. And just unfortunate that they were not able to finish it out. But you are right. 3rd time is the charm, so congratulations to the Colts on this one.
You know, it took them 3 series to do it, and that was it. And that's only the first match of the night. We got to go to a quick break to get the next one going. But it's going to be the Expert League, the Hydras, going up against the Coyotes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.